I'm in the weight room looking at myself in the mirror going, I need to be jacked because I have no self-esteem. So, I don't know where that came from. Kind of true. Obviously, let's not pretend otherwise. So I'm in the middle of the bald a-hole here. I was going to do a different intro today, but it's quite amazing on YouTube. If you ever do a different intro, people get really mad at what you're doing, you son of a gun. This isn't what I expected. When I click a video with your face on it, I expect to hear the same thing. Otherwise, I get terrified about what's going to happen to the world. And the reason I understand that is because I'd be the same. When I watch other YouTubers, I'm like, I want your crazy thing that you came up with, and I want you to give it to me in the same way every single time. Do you know what we're going to talk about today? Weird gym statistics. I don't know how this one even came about. I was just Googling nonsense on the internet, and all of a sudden I kind of went down this funnel. People go down rabbit holes, I go down funnel.
Dude, no time to say goodbye. Hello, I'm late.
My.
I just started reading all this stuff, and it's all backed up by studies. And what you have to remember, every single study, I thought this is the way we can spin it for the education side. What you have to remember, any kind of study, is that they are not testing that many people. Think how hard. If I said to you right now, go out and do a study on how many people like bicep curls, you're probably going to ask 10 and go, I think that's enough. So even when it's a proper government-funded study or a company-funded study, they're only going to interview about 2,500 people maximum. And that is not like a great consensus of the world population. But still, you do get some ideas about what is going on in the globe and on the universe. And yeah, some of these I read and I was like, you know what? True or not, I can believe them to be real just from what I know about the gym. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to share them. So here's 7 really weird gym statistics. Right, number 7. I'm going to give you a moment here, and I've already ruined it because I bet you I put a slate on the screen and forget that I said this because sometimes I'm editing and I'm in a bit of a blur. What do you think is the most popular exercise in the gym? And think about all the things you can do. There's cardio machines, there's weight machines. People have like strongman stuff. I can't remember what you call it now, but CrossFit. The number one thing, the activity that people enjoy the most in the gym is walking. That's what they do. They get to the gym, they go on a treadmill, and they put it on walk speed, not warp speed like Star Trek, walk speed.
What?
And they just walk. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not crapping on it. It just absolutely blew my mind. Because if you said to me right now, Simon, how many times have you gone to the gym and walked? The answer is 0. It is absolute 0. Like sometimes I do cardio, obviously, but I'll either go on the treadmill and run, or 99.9% of the time I'll go on the elliptical, the cross trainer, because I'm one of those guys that everybody hates. And then I'm in the weight room. I'm in the weight room looking at myself in the mirror going, I need to be jacked because I have no self-esteem. So, I don't know where that came from. Kind of true. Obviously, let's not pretend otherwise. But yeah, walking is the number one thing. I couldn't do it. I'm going to guess a lot of people read, hence why they walk, or they have an iPad or something, a tablet, and they watch stuff. I can't do that either. When I'm in the gym, I need to completely be focused on what I'm doing. But there it is. And if you are a walker, please let me know in the comments below. Number 6 is kind of interesting, and I found this on multiple ones, so I guess there must be some truth to it, and maybe it stands to reason. But the more money you earn, the more likely you are to go to the gym. Now, I'm going to assume that's because if you earn less money, you don't want to be spending it on a gym membership. Can you imagine that? You know, you've got a husband or a wife and kids, and you're like, Mum, Dad, are we going to eat today? No, why? Because I need to go get jacked. And the kids would be like, but your name's Barry. And they would just be so confused. So I can't, but it's still, I don't know, sometimes I read these things, and at first I'm like, oh, what a strange question to ask anybody ever. Excuse me, do you go to the gym? Look at me pretend I got a microphone. There's a microphone right there. Excuse me, do you go to the gym? And you're like, yeah, I do. Are you loaded? Like, to me, that's a strange sort of way to hold a conversation. That's like you coming up to me and saying, hey, Simon, how you doing? And I go, feet. You're like, I don't think we should talk to Simon anymore. He just started talking about his feet. But there you go. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not true. I think I would go to the gym regardless. I'm very lucky in the sense I'm not poor. But maybe if I was, I think the gym would probably be one of the last things I'd cut out for my mental health especially. But you can't say that until you're in that kind of predicament. Number 5 I know to be true. And again, I found 2 different studies about this. And that is 50% of people, half of people who say they go to the gym do so majorly to meet friends. So they use it as a social time, which is absolutely fine as long as you're not hogging machines, but also to try and get a date. Every time I talk about this, I get mixed reaction in the comments, which is good. It sparks debate. I enjoy having the devil's advocate approach. I have never in my life seen a pretty girl and thought, man, I'm gonna hit on that person. I've never actually even noticed a pretty girl in the gym. You're going to be rolling your eyes, but it's true. But when I'm in the gym, I'm there to lift weights. I'm very meticulous about this. I'm very, very strange. It's what I like to do. But not in a million years would I ever think it would be appropriate to go up to someone and try and hit on them in the gym. I just wouldn't. Because I say this, I don't think they're there to be hit on, but according to crazy statistics world, 50% of people are going, well, obviously I'm going to get a date at the gym. And actually, I'm a big wrestling fan. And I found out that Rhea Ripley, she's an NXT superstar, and her, I think, partner, I don't think they're married. But anyway, they met in the gym. So I was like, okay, interesting. And of course, these things can spark off naturally. You may just start having a random conversation with someone and then realize there's something in common and you ask for a date. But if you go there with the intention, what's your split? My split is Monday, buys and tries. Tuesday, back. Wednesday, pick up a girl or a boy. And then Thursday, I'll do legs. I mean, that's just an absolutely crazy way to go about it. But apparently it's what 50% of people are doing. So I can only assume that 50% of people doing this and are looking at me and going, that egg-looking Mother Hubbard doesn't understand about the crazy dating world of the gym. And if you have found love in the gym, I'm certainly not against it. I am just massively against making people feel uncomfortable. But you could also argue maybe they take it as a massive compliment. I tell you what they do not take as a compliment when you get those weird personal trainers who spot those on the bench by straddling them front ways. So don't go around the back like 99.9% of other people and then do this with the bar. They straddle them and do that. I'm like, you, my friend, are scum. Number 4 comes from the Iowa State University. And I think this one is really important to actually reference where it came from. Because they say that let me rephrase that. How you deal with gym pain, so delayed onset muscle soreness, is genetic. And I'm like, how do they know that? I mean, I don't understand the science, right? So I'm sure there are tests that you can do. But in my head, because I'm an idiot and stupid and shouldn't be allowed to walk this earth, I was like, does that mean they have to get a dad and a son? And they have to send the dad to the gym. They go, how's your DOMS? Did it hurt? He goes, it did. And then they get little Steve, and Steve's the son. Like, Steve, did it hurt? He goes, yeah, they did. They go, oh, unbelievable. There must be a connection. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is genetically, your genetics are deciding how much you can deal with gym pain. But I guess genetics would determine how much you can deal with normal pain, right? Some people have a really pain threshold. And I don't see why that would be different from the gym, but I desperately want to know. And I'm not a scientist. You'll be shocked to find out. I'm just a bald a-hole. But that one, I was thinking about that one for way too long. I was like, who even thought that was a thing? Do we need to know this information? Did it cost a lot of money? Also, what is the gym pain threshold? Like, if you're doing bicep curls and you get to that 12th, 13th, 14th rep, and it's really like, oh man, it feels so good. I don't think I've ever given up because it hurt too bad. I give up because I'm like, it's honestly not moving. Like, I've definitely hit failure. So I'm just wasting my life. It'd be like going to an arcade with no money. Like, what am I doing here? I just like some kind of pauper. But there you go. That apparently is a fact. Do you even care? Number 3 won't blow anybody's minds. Most gym active subscribers are lapsed. It's up to 60%. So it basically means if you're 100% people going to your gym, only 40% who are paying you money are actually turning up. That one didn't surprise me at all. That's just, I don't know why that happens either. I mean, why wouldn't you just cancel it? But we all do that kind of stuff, right? I mean, how many subscriptions do you have right now? Be it Netflix or Now TV or Audible or Amazon Prime or Disney Plus, whatever. And you're never turning it on, but you just keep letting it lapse every single week because I don't care, whatever. Maybe one day I do want to watch Beauty and the Beast. Or maybe one day I do want to watch The Avengers. Or maybe one day I actually do want to go to the gym. I was about to say squat. That's the last thing you're going to do. You're going to go there and you're going to do some push-ups and look around and leave and go, woohoo, hey, I did the gym. But that's probably what it is. You have good intentions, but unfortunately those good intentions are ruining your wallet. Number 2 did surprise me because it's most people that sign up at the new year, and we all know how the hell of January when all these new people come, most of them, I think it was 50%, only last up to the 24-week mark. Now, I actually think the 24-week mark, given there's only 52 weeks in a damn year, I was quite impressed. Not the stat in my gym. The stat in my gym is that 100% of people that sign up in January are gone before January the 14th. Like, they go for 2 weeks, and then you slowly see them slither away after they've burnt off their Christmas calories. That's always the way, or their New Year. That's basically how long it takes for a New Year resolution to be flushed down the toilet. 2 weeks. And it's a massive shame, really, because it would be great if you could teach them to enjoy the gym. And, of course, there are ways. We've talked about it here before. And I do appreciate and I do respect the fact that they gave it a go. But yeah, what was the actual figure? I think it was 80%. Like 80% of people that actually sign up last 24 weeks. I'd love to meet that guy. Surely at the time, half a year, I'm going to call it. Surely at the half a year mark, you're just a gym guy. Why all of a sudden would you go, I really can't be bothered? Number 1 was an absolutely awesome one. And I've never done this, but I do have friends that have children and they've used their children for this reason, which also makes me laugh. And that is that a huge proportion of people will say they're going to the gym as an excuse. And in fact, they go to do something else. So if Agatha wants you to go around her house, but you really do not like Agatha and you want to get out of it, but you don't have the courage to say, Aggie, I don't want to hang out with you, which is mean, I understand. You're not Larry David.
Yeah, there's definitely a prick involved.
Yes, there is a prick involved.
Yeah, there's one prick involved.
You will say, I gotta go to the gym. Which kind of sucks anyway, because you're telling this good friend of yours that you think it's more important to go and lift weights or do some cardio than actually spend some time with another human being. But that's what they do. That's what they do. Type into Google right now. You will find all these little stories about people doing it. And every single one made me laugh. Now, the good thing with me is that all my friends know I'm a giant asshole. And they're like, well, it's true. He's definitely going to gym. In fact, he spends all his time in the gym, the absolute loser. And then they spit on me. And I'm like, it's a little bit harsh, but I don't have any other friends, so I'm just going to keep you around. But I would honestly, I genuinely mean this. If you have ever done that and you've ever used the gym as an excuse, let me know in the comments. And I may even get a load of them together and do a video on it, because I think I'd be in tears. There's so many other things you could use as an excuse. You've got work to do. No one's going to question that. You've got work to do. You've got a personal situation. You need to go and get a really good bicep pump right now. But we had plans, yeah, but those plans don't require blood filling up in my muscles to the point if it's going to burst. And that's kind of more important to me. There's no one over there, by the way. I don't know, every time I talk to someone, they're over there. It's a window. And actually, a Muppet version of me. That's not even a lie. I don't think I've ever brought him out on these videos. Something to look forward to. There you are. I promised you some weird gym statistics. There you are. And I didn't make these up too. I read these in actual studies. I'll try and make sure they're in the description down there. So if you want to go read more, you can. Now, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, ding, ding. There'll be a video on the screen now. Click it. Maybe you want more of this absolute moron. I am, of course, talking about myself. Patreon, merchandise, Twitter, Instagram, social media, all in the description down there too. So you can just go and click around if you're bored. It's something to do. That's, that's a way to pass the time. But otherwise, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and make sure you join me for another crazy week in the land of fitness starting now. See ya.